So mountain pose, again, adjust and reconfigure your body out of the old habitual patterns to the new. And we're going to strengthen a little bit. So when we do this, I'd like you to take your left leg as your standing leg, soften the knee, lift your right heel up and slide your foot behind you. So we get a little bit of stretch through the front hip flexor, and I feel my right glute squeeze and engage. Now I'm going to let that right leg toes lift up off the floor. So I'm going to have to squeeze even tighter and use these muscles up here to lift that. We're building strength. Soften your left knee so you're not locking it out or hyperextending it. And then bring it back to the floor. So then left leg, slide it back. Soften the standing leg. Feel the toes tap, get that nice stretch. Lengthen your body, think about alignment. And then see if you can lean a little bit more into the front foot and squeeze your glute, lift your left toes off the floor. Continue to breathe, don't hold your breath, exhale and bring it back and relax it down. So let's do that 3 times and then we're gonna add arms. Opposite arm, opposite leg. So right leg comes back. Tap the toes, feel the stretch, elongate the body. Don't lock out the standing knee. Lift, squeeze, hold, but continue to breathe. Longer, smoother, softer breath. Bring it back in, exhale. Relax it down, switch to the other side. Step it back, get your balance, your focal point. Squeeze and lift. Hold, breathe. Belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, bring it back down. One more time on the right side, building strength. You could always do more reps at home if your pain scale is feeling kind of low today and you can challenge yourself. But remember, we don't want to have regrets tomorrow. We don't want to do so many that we can't get out of bed tomorrow. We can't play with our grandkids and do all the things that we want to be able to do. Lift and squeeze, keep breathing. Good, and release. So we're engaging some muscles around here that could cause a little low back tension because you might not be firing those muscles on a regular basis, especially if you've had some poor posture. So if you notice that, know that that is probably normal. We're using muscles we maybe don't usually work or use. So remember that, you don't want to increase your pain to a point where you're regretting it tomorrow and you can't get out of bed. But we do want to challenge that alarm system. We do want to find those activities that make a little bit of work for our body so that we can move that alarm system that's down here with persistent pain back up here to where it should be. And remember, the first onset of pain or indication of pain does not indicate tissue damage. All right, so I'm going to stand now on my right leg. I'm actually going to take the leg that's closest to my chair on the left side and slide it back. Now I'm going to add arm and leg. So we've done this one on the floor. Reach your arm up towards the ceiling. My right leg is my standing leg. It's soft. I'm bending the knee just a little bit, and then I'm going to lift the left leg and squeeze. Now as you exhale, I want you to bring your left knee and right elbow, opposite arm, opposite leg together. They may not touch, they may be farther apart than I, but as you inhale, you lengthen, opposite arm and leg. Exhale, bring it down. Now, just like we did on the floor a few practices ago, if your shoulder has pain, if your low back has pain, maybe you just transition into moving arms. Maybe you pause and take a rest there. Maybe you transition into moving just legs. That would be okay too. But if you're feeling great today, let's keep challenging that alarm system. Doesn't matter what it looks like or how close they come together, if they tap, how far you're lifting your leg off the ground, doesn't matter. Where are you in your body? Is this safe? Am I going to regret it tomorrow? While I do this practice, can I keep my breath calm and body tension low. If you're gritting your teeth, if you're wincing in pain, you've gone too far. It's time to calm that nervous system down, to rest and visualize the movement. Last one, lift, squeeze, and bring it together and relax. So I like to rest in the after effect, maybe pausing to wiggle, shift, and move. Let go of any possible tension that might have built up. And I'm going to change my chair to the other side. So my right leg is going to step back. Left arm's going to come up. Ground through the 3 corners of your feet. Soft knee on the standing leg. Lift, reach, exhale, squeeze. Inhale. Exhale. So I'm lengthening through that whole diagonal of my body. I'm stretching out, and then I'm squeezing and allowing my abdominals to do a little bit of work here. Even if you're not coming anywhere close to each other, I can still feel those muscles engage, and you, I promise, will too if you're paying attention. Be mindful. Imagine if you could do this pain care course over the course of time. Do a little bit of work every day. These activities, these tools or techniques that work for you. And you can decrease your pain. Imagine if you did this every day, how much better your pain would be, how much better your life would be. And if that's a goal of yours, then this should be something, these practices that you enjoy should be something that you incorporate in your life on the daily. So last 2, inhale, lengthen, exhale, lower, and let's release. So again, shake it off. Stand in your mountain pose for a second if you can. Have a seat if you need to. Rest in the after effect and observe. Now, if you're enjoying this chair class that has a little more standing poses available to it, I also have a chair class available for sale where you bought this one that you can purchase to practice another option for a chair class with me. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and bring my chair back to the center. I'm going to stand behind it for just a moment, allow myself the balance to reconstruct my mountain. So back of the head, back of the shoulders, glutes and heels against a wall. And you could practice it against a wall at home if you'd like. I'm going to pay attention one more time to where my weight is being distributed in my feet. I'm going to make those little micro adjustments so that I stand evenly in the big toe, pinky toe, and heel. Now, noticing that in your body, we're going to do one more strengthening balance pose. I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see my feet. Lengthening the spine, I'm going to inhale, lift my heels, and come up onto my toes. Exhale, I'm going to bring the heels back down. So practice this with me at home. Inhale up, exhale down. You might have just one hand on the chair. Maybe both hands can release from the chair. Kind of think about squeezing your inner thighs and your ankles towards each other so that those muscles engage and we don't end up wobbling out and creating bow legs. So keep going. Inhale, lift onto your toes, rise from the heels. Exhale, bring the heels back down. Try to do it slowly and with control. Now, obviously, if we fall out, we're just going to drop down. But we want to try to maintain control as much as we can. Inner thighs and ankles engage and release. Inhale, rise up. Go through your pain care guidelines. We're working calf muscles and strengthening our ankles here. Our ankles are vital in keeping our stability and balance as we age. And we want to keep them flexible. That's why we practice the joint freeing series in the very beginning, to teach you the foundations of moving through each joint in your body, to keep it lubricated, to keep it fluid, so that we are able to do this well into our 90s. Now, as you bring your heels down on the exhale, I want you to lift your toes. Spread your toes out. If they're in socks or shoes, it might be a good idea to take them off. See how you can spread them out and then lay them back down one at a time and keep a stronger foundation of your feet. And then bring the weight back into big toe, pinky toe mound, and the heel. Stand in your mountain pose, broad shoulders, head back, chin tucked, belly in, soft knees.